Greetings, beloved poets, and welcome to Chaos Magic. Monday nights at 8 p.m. It is the place to be. I'm so excited to see all the beautiful faces here of the wonderful poets we have assembled. Here comes Nemo Soom. Some boring ground rules. Yeah, no hate speech, no bullshit. It's all love. Love is the law, love under will. Please mute your mics while other people are speaking and then unmute and give all your love to the poets. Put your love in the chat as well. There's a lot of room in the chat for giving love, love, love. We are all about the love here at Chaos Magic. Our first poet tonight will be Messiah Payne. Messiah, will you bless us with some words? Share your magic with us.
Absolutely. It's great to be here. So I have two poems. They're both mine because didn't have time to look for a poem to cover. So they're new poems, and the first is called Sacral Right. The sacral right of natural life, stellar remnants, whose years are protracted in billions, endows the restive state of mind, which collapses like a wave function, tenuous stillness. Nature employs an instinct in me to recognize singular symmetry and to connote singularity in nature's bestial grace. The small measure of I, solemnly, toward little doubt, as being absconds the relative and rests thoughtfully in principle, absolutely. This ancient paradigm of nature, too abstract for the dated veil of human calculation, is found gaily incited in my imaginative eye. I see the translucent nymph sweetly fulfilling robust promises, succoring the lake providentially, its violent depths and patiently serene allusions, the nymph's tireless secret, her boundless magnitude. I see the ancient sprite who is the keeper of the plants and trees, indeed of the earth itself, whose knowledge is the benefaction of natural maturation, whose contours are suggested by patterns innate to nature's thrilling touch, weaving a solitude of union explicit to the earth's cohesive meditation. To all who see, within the eye of deep consciousness, the vagaries and realities of nature are the sum paradox of a life totality which somehow vivifies the absurd in deft balance with knowledge's reach, though its grasp wavers. My mind is not the barometer of truth. All of nature's bellicose and seductive array, my mind ponders indirectly. For the truth holds distance, remote, it bears reason to the ultimate truth of who I am. In this way, nature reflects who I am. The stars, the earth, the rivers, lakes, plants, and trees are as distant from me in mind as this planet is from the furthest galaxy, yet as immediately true to my soul as the stars imply the emphatic magnificence of the cosmos. I know them all in a form that escapes mere knowledge, tempting me at the path, renewed dawn with gnosis at mere seconds to grasping. I am given a hint by the sagacious feminine peering out from behind a leaf. The tree with leaves like true beauty sings, as I beg the final question then. What absolution could beseech a natural life, a universe so absurd that despite its billions of years, grows in exotic space-time, feverishly expanding, seemingly without end, that the human imagination may never reach nor exactly comprehend. And the second poem is called All Too Human. My mind, a meditation on the singular. My voice, the seasons that pass from summer to fall. My word, a young bee's first flight. My desires, a sky as deeply wounded as it is expansive. My self-image, where angels go to fear their tread. And then you ask me, but aren't you a man? And I say no. Somehow as though I share a vessel with the deep thrusts of life itself that can be shed at any moment to reveal emphatically what life and I am not. I am at this moment more or less than merely a man. I am instead all too human. Thank you.
Very good, very good.
Wow, Messiah, you always just
blow me away. Your
Thanks.
command
Yeah,
of language is
spectacular,
incredible.
Messiah. Yeah.
You're so powerful.
Yeah, all too human indeed.
Your control over emotion when you write, like it's gorgeous. Like it's gorgeous. Emotionally, intellect, like that's gorgeous. Gorgeous shit. Good shit.
I wrote in the chat, there was mythology and philosophy, and I was like,
Oh.
preach, preach. Sorry, I'm a little sick. I'm sorry, my throat. Did you guys hear that? That came out of my throat. All right. I did want to say real quick too, up next is Paul Skiff. And good evening, everyone. Hi, Alma Garcia here.
Hello. Okay.
Oh, you want me to proceed? Is that the intro?
Yes, proceed, Paul, with your genius. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me get this up on the screen. This is excerpts from a work in progress, so it's not going to make a lot of sense because all these excerpts are kind of out of context from the whole thing. Like that would save you anyway. So I invite you to ride along with me to places you will never know because you were not really meant to be there. And this has a title or a theme of how to become yourself, although you're not going to really get that from this. As you continue to follow birth's path to yourself with no answer for how, it is only a tomorrow's unknown where you will end that uncovers the way to be finally human. Each guest thought into universal, maybe another day of attempt between sun and moon is the uncertain cosmic blessing of your possibility to be each terrestrial awakening, one more hint leading to the who. Boom of the city goodbye. What cannot be seen is how you achieve meaning, fingless sower of emotion that bridges understanding, bites its invisible tongue. Hear the breath seized with startled choke. I have only come by vision through you. Within body, a creation device, bent air flown by chords and throat, collaboration of two natures, wilderness yearning to be liberated from subservience, music of creation's original organism. What motive transforms thought to sound? 7 different musics hold part of knowing. It is not possible for us to pretend there is more than just yes. Light dances us. That is what you feel when you do not know. Life shine, the here now clothes us, brain sung. Needing to appear, throw away the detrimental preconditions of your requirements, give up self-interest. Do not fear being safe naked. It is kind of fun in this moment for me to be discovering you, meaning in my thoughts, a could before. I like your nightmare for the secrets it tells about you. I like being born by your possible knowing, the hat atop your curiosity. What clothes are your on switch? What lowers the zipper on your engine? The sound of difference put between two people can be heard wherever what makes us the same is lied to. Wait until they confiscate your if, where, and when, so possibility has no place to happen. No, do not do that, is a thought which never occurs. Microplastics in your mouth converse in a warning rumor. It could be true, delivered by the fact that beat awareness, the new century's human where paradise within deprivations understood the god of mischief lived as their intelligence until disbelief was invented by time. Then skeptical thought flashed too instantaneous for speech, and the hour trick performed immobility transparent to sight. Where does belief go when nobody has one? Is there a waiting room for cosmic consciousness? The politicians' media face mask seethed like an out of control intersection. Within antagonism, I most quiet my mind and get into a flow state. There is no such thing as a damaged imagination. To know this only requires a heart made of aerodynamic aluminum. Imagination is the formless continuity of the human, a sharing across all time, property of being that cannot be robbed. God is who we say so. The spiritual objectivity to be able to get that close to yourself is a life accomplishment. I feel nearer to the sun when it goes down, enwrapped in memory like night. Existence is made of first times that keep happening. Paradise is difficult to tickle, heroically sleazy. All the wish you hads are only insights into another culture's values. Flabib, flabab, say that you did not when you have. Do not know if I will, do not know if I would, do not know if I remember, even if I could. Brand alibi. Cut the heart out and feed it to dogs. What is the latest dream in the catcher? Forgiveness as a technique of self-care? My happiness will end war. There is no more to it than that. Understands complications need for an excuse to give up. The unfortunate way you express yourself sits on a power line, speaking the gnarled language of grackles. We will come to a day where our suffering is not necessary, when distance to painless tomorrow stops being measured by how it needs to be paid for. Sirens are blood in my veins. If the government kills a lot of innocent people, criminals will get scared and stop. For the lives that only have suffering left, still created in the 21st century, nothing is learned by the spectators. Mirror, mirror on the lens, who will be my pretend para friend? Organization, designation, authorization. The procedure to get an actual name has a giraffe's neck with the dirty joke of respect caught in it like verisimilitude, lying about believability to the mirror hung on needs, lack of identity. But don't tell anyone, or you will be thought of as impudent, because everyone knows bureaucracy does not require to have its insanity pointed out. It is the air we breathe. All the people whose tragedies will never be known disempower happiness, so being content is a talent show contest out of its league. Indecently, you suggest not caring, as though nonchalance vindicates your complicity in belonging to the law of the jungle's peanut gallery, being stalked by feral dogs from irrelevance, as though pushing fork into dead animal that has been cooked. Worldwide corporate conglomerate wants to climb up your nose through process breakdown, where going fast runs up against safety and a regulatory failure, characteristic of the limit on progress detailed in the print on your ticket to humanity that is too small to read. Once upon an incompetent American presidency, a massive column of smoke floated cityscape accompanied by the unified choir of 8 million moaners sounding a sour violin note like a sick siren sailing up the avenue where your dull everyday morning has its pants yanked down. With your eyes open, to not see is impossible, but to really see takes the same courage and will required to touch the body of the child with electricity, so maybe life will restart. What you sense but are unable to wake up to are hands that pull a blanket over the dead, the children born into a war who are the inheritance of your up to now distance insulated innocence. Yes, says the voice born with you to accompany each of your awakenings. Humans in the 21st century do have the same way, do believe the same way they did in year one. Humans in the 21st century do behave the same way they did in year one. Don't look at me. Both hands on the wheel, please. I decree a better place right now. Feel it. Self-limiting belief, psychic debris, pleasure threatens control. If you do what I say, this world will become your paradise, and I guarantee it. Show us how much you love living. I know you have a bug inside you. When you are gone, I will talk you back, live your memory. And yes, to some people that will make me a small child in a mud puddle. But the location of death of my heart's sovereignty is not here, so I cannot hear you be anything different. I was taught to dream in terms of ultimate orgasm. Place where a person is isolated in rising pleasure, the same pleasure all humans know like their own warmth. You think you have me all figured out while you wait for this self-indulgent, bloated poem to end. You think you have me all figured out, but you forgot. You forgot. I made you up for this. You just know what I imagine into you. You, a living poem. When you die, it will be like this from something you do not understand.
Woo.
Amazing, Paul. Amazing. So many
Yeah.
great lines. As usual, just the Jedi Master does it again. Does
Paul,
it
I want you
again.
to be elected to the Senate. And then I want to drop acid and sit in the gallery while you filibuster that motherfucker.
Yeah, I want you got to share a
That'd be
hit
cool.
with me though.
Wow. Whew. Brilliant. Unbelievable.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here
Okay.
again. Let's have the show go on. I
We're
want to hear,
delighted to have you, Paul.
I
Yeah.
want to hear more
Okay,
wild
next up on the
stuff.
mic. Oh, I'm sorry.
Whew.
Next up on the mic, we have Stephanie Vance. I have her book here, Made of You. It is a great book. I was delighted to get it from her, and it is spectacular. Buy this book.
Let's go.
Thank you for that warm welcome and plug. I often forget to plug my own book, so thank you for doing that for me. I'll do a cover first. I went on a little shopping spree today, and I bought this, Time as a Mother by Ocean Vuong. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And the poem I want to read, the line breaks make it a little tricky to read out loud, but I'm going to do my best. This is called Dear Peter. They treat me well here. They don't make me forget the world like you promised, but oh well. I'm back inside my head where it's safe, 'cause I'm not there. The Xanax dissolves and I'm okay. This bed no longer stranded at sea. The door coming closer now, and I'm gonna dock some days. I make it to the reading room. They have One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Can you believe it? But hey, I think I'm getting better, though I learned in the courtyard yesterday I'm still afraid of butterflies. How they move so much like a heart on fire. I know it doesn't make sense. This pill, a bone shard of will, unwilling me, Peter. I feel sorry for anyone who has to die, despite the fact I was 15 once, but who knows? I tell lies to keep from falling away from me. You wouldn't believe it. A man in the back of a Walgreens once said, I can make you look like something true. Fuck, he said. Oh, fuck. You're so much like my little brother, so I let him kiss me for nothing. Oh, well, childhood is only a cage that widens like this sunlight, honest, through the clinic window where a girl on methadone claps alone at a beige butterfly knocking its head up the beige wall. Peter, I'm wearing your sea green socks to stay close. I swear I'll learn to swim when I'm out once and for all. The body floats for a reason. Maybe we can swim right up to it, grab on, kick us back to shore. Peter, I think I'm doing it right now. Finally, maybe I'm winning, even if it just looks like my fingers are shaking. Poem. Okay, now for some new shit. This is tentatively called Home Again. I think I might change the title, but for now it's called Home Again. Right foot first, good foot forward. How many times must I remind myself to look before I leap? Plunged a bit too deep this time, bit off more than I could chew. How many metaphors for excess can you name? In my quietest moments, I admit to myself that I want everything, and urgently, time slips silky through my fingers. I am running out of ways to say slow down, running out of patience, running out of time. If you keep running in the same direction, eventually you will return to the starting point. I am back at the starting point again. I am setting the leg, the embodiment of deja vu. How many revolutions does it take to see some evolution? How many times must I dance with the devil before he lets me go back home? What is home to an addict? What is addiction to a god? I am not a god. I am just a person. I am not a god. I am just a person. I am not a god. I am just a person. Say it like a mantra until I believe it. Say it like a mantra until it comes true. Who am I to say what I am anyway? In lockstep with the universe, who am I to say? The wind whispers to me, free will is a lie, and you are but a foot soldier. So fall in line behind your ghosts and listen close. There is nothing wrong you cannot fix, nothing good that's ever gone. The wind whips up a petal to kiss my cheek to make sure I am still paying attention, but I'm on another plane, still trying to decide what the hell I am, as if free will and I were walking hand in hand. I am not a god. I am just a person. Right foot first, good foot forward until I am home again. Poem.
Wow, Stephanie, excellent. Just new shit was fantastic. Just fantastic.
Thank you.
I
Thank
am
you.
not a
Thank
god,
you.
I am just a person.
What? I
I
got
had
a
that
book
debate with
too. Hey. Wow,
That was bomb, Stephanie. Love it.
that's crazy.
And then somehow
so
that
much.
line became like very godlike. Like saying it felt super powerful.
Yeah.
Mhm. Definitely. Definitely. Thank you, everybody.
cheers.
Up next is Whisper Poet.
Hello, everybody. I am going to cover for you some Walt Whitman. This is Spontaneous Me. Spontaneous me, nature, the loving day, the mounting sun, the friend I am happy with, the arm of my friend hanging idly over my shoulder, the hillside whitened with blossoms of the mountain ash, the same late in autumn, the hues of red, yellow, drab, purple, and light and dark green, the rich coverlets of the grass, animals, and birds, the private untrimmed bank, the primitive apples, the pebble stones, beautiful dripping fragments, the negligent list of one after another as I happen to call them to me or think of them. The real poems, what we call poems being merely pictures, the poems of the privacy of the night and of men like me. This poem, drooping shy and unseen, that I always carry and that all men carry. No once for all, avowed on purpose, wherever are men like me are our lusty, lurking, masculine poems. Love thoughts, love juice, love odor, love yielding, love climbers and the climbing sap. Arms and hands of love, lips of love, phallic thumb of love, breasts of love, bellies pressed and glued together with love. Earth of chaste love, life that is only life after love, the body of my love, the body of the woman I love, the body of the man, the body of the earth. Soft forenoon airs that blow from the southwest, the hairy wild bee that murmurs and hankers up and down, that gripes the full-grown lady flower, curves upon her with amorous firm legs, takes his will of her and holds himself tremulous and tight till he is satisfied. The wet of woods through the early hours, two sleepers at night, lying close together as they sleep, one with an arm slanting down across and below the waist of the other. The smell of apples, aromas from crushed sage plant, mint, birch bark, the boy's longings, the glow and pressure as he confides to me what he was dreaming. The dead leaf whirling its spiral whirl and falling still and content to the ground. The no-formed stings that sights, people, and objects sting me with. The hubbed sting of myself, stinging me as much as it ever can anyone. The sensitive, orbic, underlapped brothers that only privileged feelers may be intimate where they are. The curious roamer, the hand roaming all over the body, the bashful withdrawing of flesh where the fingers soothingly pause and edge themselves. The limpid liquid within the young man, the vexed corrosion so pensive and so painful, the torment, the irritable tide that will not be at rest. The like of the same I feel, the like of the same in others, the young man that flushes, and the young woman that flushes, the young man that wakes deep at night, the hot hand seeking to repress what would master him, the mystic, amorous night, the strange, half-welcome pangs, visions, sweats, the pulse pounding through palms and trembling, encircling fingers, the young man all colored red, ashamed, angry, the souse upon me of my lover, the sea, as I lie willing and naked, the merriment of the twin babes that crawl over the grass in the sun, the mother never turning her vigilant eye from them, the walnut trunk, the walnut husks, and the ripening or ripened long round walnuts, the continents of vegetables, birds, animals, the consequent meanness of me should I skulk or find myself indecent, while birds and animals never once skulk or find themselves indecent. The great chastity of paternity to match the great chastity of maternity. The oath of procreation I have sworn, my atomic and fresh water, the greed that eats me day and night with hungry gnawing, I saturate what shall produce boys to fill my place when I am through. The wholesome relief, repose, content, and this bunch plucked at random from myself. It has done its work. I tossed it carelessly to fall where it may. And that, folks, is called highbrow porn.
It was absolutely visceral. It was so good.
Thank you. So I am going to read my own. Erotica. Come to me, lover. I need to manifest you in my bed. Slide your chest up my legs, under my silky pink sheets. I'm your candy. Wrap you in my limbs to limber you as you pleasure me into surrender. Feast your hungers. I'm your all-you-can-eat buffet. I will satiate your taste buds. Let me fill your plate with this finger licking. I need you to eat me like I'm fried chicken. Leave that shine on your lips way better than Burt's Bees ever did. And speaking of bees, I'm your queen, and I need you to feed me that honey. Hit me with your stinger. Fill my soul, that sweet venom. There's no EpiPen for my addiction to the heat and sweet friction we create when we're wrapped up in each other. Cat. Feel my muscles taut, feeling the buzz, riding the wave of fantasy, filled with desire for our magnetic attraction. Our spirits glide in the concert of our passion. We are fire together. I'm the flame burning down your wick. If I burn you, I'll kiss it better. Just don't stop with that good. My mind cries out for you as my body goes limp. And finally, we rest. Come to me, lover. Lie with me in this bed, wrapped in each other's arms, my head on your chest, legs entwined. We are sated and blessed with this gift of love. Thank you. Been a while since I've done an erotic piece, so
It has. I was thinking that. It has been a while.
been a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just delightful.
I hope y'all enjoyed the fried chicken line.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Next up on the mic, we have the modern day troubadour. Oh, yes.
One quick thing. The Heart of the Artist tomorrow, 5 p.m. Interviewing Mama Betty. Catalyst and I will be interviewing Mama Betty. Please come check that out. Going to be so much fun. If you can't see it live, it will be on YouTube tomorrow night. The Heart of the Artist 143. Thank you.
Thank you. And next, the modern day troubadour, Bill Elkins. Will you share your magic with us, Bill?
I sure will. First of all, I'm going to do a cover by request, The Whisper Poet, the song Wildfire, written by Michael Murphy. So here we go. Good song, good song. With not the piano prelude, I don't play piano, so it'll just all be guitar. 1, 2. Hope you like it. She comes down from Yellow Mountain on a dark flat land she rides. On a pony she named Wildfire, going by her side on a cold Nebraska night. Oh, they say she died one winter when there came a killing frost, and the pony she named Wildfire busted down its jaw. In a blizzard she was lost. She ran calling wildfire, calling wildfire, calling wildfire. So by the dark of the moon I planted. But there came an early snow. Been a hoot howling outside my window now. About 6 nights in a row. She's coming for me, I know. And on Wildfire, we're both gonna go. We'll be riding Wildfire, riding Wildfire, riding Wildfire.
Yay! Thank you, Bill.
That was so lovely. Up
You're
next
muted,
is
Bill. You're muted. Yeah, somehow you hit mute.
Sorry. Okay. Now I'm going to do an original. My Diamond on Black Velvet. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. If I could, I would. I kissed you quickly, afraid of your body, in terminal sedation. Rest my traveling animal like a diamond on black velvet. Silent as air, still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. You know I would. No longer greeting, 4 feet heavenward. Time to lick the wounds of mortal agony. Find meaning to your loss, like a diamond on black velvet. My beast with cause, my beast with purpose. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. Under the guise of snow, the gray clouds pass like a brooding poet. Impossible to weep. No longer life behold. Your journey is accomplished. You are silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. If I could, I would. blanch the others wistfully sigh, and are confused and restless. Your absence leaves a void, which they struggle to overcome. You are their diamond on black velvet, 'cause they love and miss you so. They are silent as air and still as stone. If I could weep, I would. If I could weep, I would. I am in angst, waiting for the rain, waiting for the white rain to fall like diamonds onto black velvet. Yeah, to fall like diamonds onto black velvet. My dearest Francine Blanche, you're my precious diamond, my diamond on black velvet. Yeah, you're my precious diamond, my diamond on black velvet. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Bill.
Such a
Fantastic.
wonderful, such a
Yeah.
wonderful performance. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, you're
Um,
welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget to go ahead and drop your socials and promote yourselves whenever you can in the chat or right after you're done. And please give a warm welcome to Berkeley's own Debbie Segal.
All right.
Thank you. Well, I can't relate to the if I would weep if I could, because I just can totally weep. Oh my. I'm a weeper. Okay, I'm gonna read a
Me
cover
too.
first. It's a Rimbaud cover. Could everybody mute, because I get distracted if I hear background noises trying to read a poem. Thank you. It's called Ophelia, and this is a translation by Wallace Fowley. On the calm black water where the stars sleep, white Ophelia floats like a great lily, floats very slowly, lying in her long veils. You hear in the distant woods sounds of the kill. For more than 1,000 years, sad Ophelia has passed, a white phantom, down the long black river. For more than 1,000 years, her sweet madness has murmured its romance to the evening breeze. The wind kisses her breasts and unfolds in a wreath, her great veils softly cradled by the waters. The trembling willows weep on her shoulder. Over her wide, dreaming brow, the reeds bend down. The ruffled water lilies sigh around her. At times she awakens in a sleeping alder, some nest from which escapes a slight rustle of wings. A mysterious song falls from the golden stars. Oh, pale Ophelia, beautiful as snow. Yes, child, you died, carried off by a river, because the winds falling from the great mountains of Norway had spoken to you in low voices of bitter freedom. It was a breath twisting your great hair that bore strange rumors to your dreaming mind. It was your heart listening to the song of nature, in the complaints of the tree and the sighs of the nights. It was the voice of mad seas, a great noise that broke your child's heart, too human and too soft. it was a handsome, pale knight, a poor madman, who one April morning sat mute at your knees. Heaven, love, freedom. What a dream, oh poor mad girl. You melted to him as snow to a fire. Your great visions strangled your words, and fearful infinity terrified your blue eyes. And the poet says that under the rays of the stars, you come at night to look for the flowers you picked, and that he saw on the water lying in her long veils, white Ophelia floating like a great lily. And I'm going to read my original poem, and this is called Disintegrate the Universe and Integrate the Obverse. Where brindled leaves and sepia branches thunder, let thirsty rivers envy wild horses, riding the echo down, driven out in multitudes. Let every antelope's antlers melt on the slopes. In this vision, you will find all the merry beasts become solid behind silver dawns, holding hands under a dogwood tree, an alpine skyscraper upraised above, and below 1,000 children's chalky legs and arms smell of fall, of roses and rings of posy. Crouching low and smirking, mousy serpent attired in pale ancient parchment. Pages yellowing, opening out to a flowering lotus stream, sloping out of reach into foaming eddies, islands of I Ching coins, hanged man, devil, and chariot cards in tattooed hands. Dogwood tree in full flower contains unrestrained multitudes of silver shining stars. Children's hands clap in a 5/4 beat. Old auntie's squeeze box whines. Triangles clang the now and future dawns that never dread death, or space, or the hand that throws the I Ching coins. Survey the sandy wind as a novelty. See the pewter vegetation. Smell the inflorescence. As hearts and suns contract, as light refracts on placid prism waterfalls. Rainbow prisoners, doleful mutants, dancing the jitterbug, throwing partners between spread legs, pouring from kegs of madness. Hiding in metaphor is a bewitched puppet, cavorting cat's cradle games, hunting and taunting, inviting ancestors and the flat, open-eyed, ashen nemesis, preying on rodent husks, kissing a left-hand sickle moon, awakening to undreamed days, to shocking applause. Watch your dreams shatter, unborn icicles falling free, weeping in stillness, breathing, sleeping in shifts, through shrieking cacophony of I Ching coins, fisted into hampers, 1,000 coins tossed by artful outsiders, smiling in savvy suits, focusing on the metaphor, while white chemical winds blast grizzled feathers off wily birds. Machines bleep, obsolete, over the lichen-covered walls. Dogwood star blasts off. Madcap multitudes standing on a snow-capped mountain, branding a hybrid question mark in a cryptic font in the unending luminescent dark. Dawning on the observers, this time is different. Blinding flash, fingering for canaries on summer's straining slopes. No outcome is guaranteed, though you trust the dusty I Ching coins. They are now obsolete. and a hastily drawn dream humbly dawns. A scribe records it with a quill on a parchment scroll in runes under postmodern ruins. Long ago, this world was a song played by the serpent, the thorny rose, and 1,000 children. Silver clouds among toiling particles, when lightning and the Ouroboros strikes, sparing the tadpoles and lichen. The dogwood tree exceeds the stars. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, Debbie, fantastic work. Get her book. Yeah, Debbie, just incredible. I love the title. I love the whole poem, but the title like really pushes it, makes it great. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, next up we have Nemo Sum, my friend and yours, a dear, wonderful genius poet. Let's go, Nemo. Oh, no, no.
Thank
Oh,
you,
oh,
Sophia.
oh,
Sophia.
yes. I've been caught out again. Yes, again. More chaos than magic, maybe. More chaos than magic. Sophia Falco, sorry to skip you. Sorry to skip you. Yes, it is
That was
you.
my bad because it was right next to the up next.
It's my bad always. It's always my bad.
No, no worries, no
I
worries,
assure
no
you.
worries
I
at
assure you.
all. Yeah,
Sophia, will you bless us with your words?
yeah. Sorry, I'm a little tired today, but yeah, I wasn't prepared. With the cover. But let's see. My plan is I have two poems that are companion pieces, and I'm gonna break them up that I wrote. And I'm gonna break them up with a haiku that I wrote. So that's a scoop. It's not gonna be over 5 minutes. But first, Jules has a new toy that he wants to eat. The fish. God, he's ready to eat it, but you can't really allow that, you know. Okay. Anyways. No, 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 no. Okay. For those who don't know me, I'm Sophia Falco, published poet, soon to be 4-time published poet, 4th book coming out this month. It's titled If My Hands Were Birds, a poem with uncollected breaths. That is my 3rd that Magus is kindly holding, Chronicles of Cosmic Chaos in the 4th Dimension. So these are a bit more tender pieces. So here we go. This is a new piece just the other day. And it's titled Pansies Have Personalities Too. Dropped me like the already bent pansy from the bunch in the pot you selected from the nursery. Pale blue, didn't make it out of the parking lot. The cashier must have bumped its bent stem at checkout, your way or the highway, implied when you declared you have much more important things in your life than your cat and your flowers. Then why did your loving husband buy you a headlamp so you could see in the dark, to water those fragile pansies with personalities that you buy them to cheer you up, bringing them to your home, saying I'm part of your family the other day, probably tonight having had a bad day? I would never would want to yell at you. That was why I kept politely trying to get off the phone to talk later, but you didn't like that. Then painting me as the bad guy, as my face became paler, as my stomach turned inward, as I couldn't stop thinking about you, that you had to follow up with a voicemail of righteousness, that I held back, then being projected on that I will be the one to disappear. This isn't magic. What we had was magic. Maybe I'm too much. Couldn't you have told me so before this got out of hand? How many pansies do you have? Thank you. That's the first one. All right. The haiku, I'll read it twice. Unconditional. These tears shed show love has no boundaries, strings, or wings, now transcendent. Unconditional. These tears shed show love has no boundaries, strings, or wings, now transcendent. All right, and the companion piece to the first one, to wrap it up, is titled Hope with a question mark. Don't ask me to write about hope when I need it the most, or something beautiful instead of darkness. A blessing and a curse, she said, the day after a bruise all over my forearms like a scene out of a movie. Forget about the song Dancing in the Dark. No, oh no, the daisies are actually dancing in the dark, swaying to the wind, to the rhythm of the unknown, tinged with hope, their white petals ruffled like those doves' feathers when ready to take flight. And those daisies line a patch of grass outside the hospital's window, to me untouchable, but hold the quintessential truth. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
absolutely
everybody open
adored
your mics. Give some love to Sophia Falco.
Amazing, Sophia.
Very nice.
absolutely
Yeah.
adored that last piece.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know, something about it was so like it was it was like soft and like ethereal, but also powerful at the same time. The language made it like that, like with the like a flower blooming type of feel.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I like how you get to be kind of the author omniscient on your own relationships. Those were really intricate dynamics you captured in those poems.
Um, I did want to remind everyone that Magus did post the YouTube account and Instagram on the chat, so make sure you go check that out. And up next is Nemo Sum. Nemo Sum? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, no, either way is fine. I am going to read a cover tonight by C.P. Mace. It is called My Crypt is Microcryptic. Semper Fidelis. Marines equals Semper Fidelis, equals Latin, equals always faithful, equals 30 rounds of faithfulness, equals fresh out of give a fucks in magazines, no subscriptions or addresses outside of downrange needed, equals Jesus Christ charge carding us heaven with taxes and fees excluded. Beware of boogeymen keeping timeshares in lions' dens. Beware scalping ticks to cross the river Styx leaves boatsmen pissed. Be aware you either be damned to death or be damn good at dying. But where shells burn like STDs as your M16 switches 3-round burst into semi, the few proud, brave my Marines left me to murder trial, please. At 500 yards, naked eye, no scope, no hope, dies, please. Father, Son, Holy Ghost, collection plates are just bar tabs, please. Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, Jose Cuervo, please. Bartender, please. Can't apply prayers, scriptures, band-aids on shotgun wounds equals pleads. Damn if we didn't step on toes when dancing with the devil equals semper fi equals left pleased. Tightrope walkers. All our riot gear gods were sponsored by Jack Daniels and bartenders and bar stools. Hump days without birth control were honored. Late nights lived in wine bottle lighthouses and big pharma, powdering noses with snow white cocaine coke rules. All our riot gear gods were sponsored by alibi parades and karma, fueled by fools who feud with fear's burning fuse. Hump days without birth control were honored by storybook endings in rehab saunas, sweating like a fallen angel's true truths. All our riot gear gods were sponsored. Renegade artists and outlaws genres, infamous and famous fucking with muse. Hump days without birth control was honored. Late nights lived in light bulbing armor, dances with devils stepping on toes moved. All our riot gear gods were sponsored. Hump days without birth control were honored. I'm hydroplaning. Jesus promised me that he would cover all of my raise the bar tabs. So bartender, pour me a book of Revelations on the rocks and keep Christ coming as my chaser, because drunk off the glory of God is what granted me these prescription shot glasses I wear on my face. How much water turned into wine would it take to wino out the whole world? Hey, reader, if you get to heaven before I do, politely ask any angel you can find to ask God to edit all of my novel ideas and Guinness beer stout me in any Guinness Book of World Records with a footnote that'll read, "Here lies C.P. Mays. His voice rained sheets of chamber music composed of barbed wire and shrapnel and toddler tears. I'm a library of depression's what's wrong and won't let me breathe. I'm a nightly falling angel, falling always on Ambien, just not fall asleep. I'm a heaven's habitual risk taker, rocking vintage refurbished halos as fashion statements. I've seen myself punching alarm clocks and slapping snooze buttons simply so I can dare any heartbeats to come and cardiac arrest me. I've seen several of my sinning sins lose their receipts on purpose, simply so exchanging them for better virtues would be out of the plan. I've seen the son of man, this son of gun, give a 2 weeks notice simply to have our resignation letters stamped, sealed, and sent back as return to sender. So many souls are suffering from overworked work weeks. So many souls whistle weed into the air. So many souls whistle whiskey and Dixie cups. So many souls are left whistling. Don't know what's wrong with me. Not knowing that nothing ever was. And then I have a microtriptych. The witch doctor shakes, standing by the dying fire, and wonders what value he has when his staff is broken and the dust in his bag was long ago spent. No farmer, miller, smith, or haberdasher. He cannot count more than the holy numbers. He doesn't know how to calm a horse or weave a basket. He isn't the best dancer in town, and he's only ever read scripture. He's never dug a ditch or bound a wound, never carried water from the well, never baked bread. He has never circled his opponent with a bronze sword clutched in his iron grip, waiting for the metallic tang of blood in his teeth. The witch doctor trembles, standing by the dying fire. and wonders what value he has now that his staff is broken and the dust in his bag was long ago spent. When my mind is fucked and my wife has to send a perfect stranger to pick me up from riding the lightning, I'm sitting in my wheelie chair and all I can see are the muscles standing out on this man's arm. And I know it's only a matter of time before I vomit on someone. And that's when I realize that I'm crossing over from the bad place to the good place, because that's what they said would be there on the other side of the lightning. And of course, it's going to burn, because that's what lightning does when it purifies. My bad brain is getting better, because that's what it's supposed to do when it rides the lightning. I observed 2 flights, one red, one black. As we raced down countless miles, 2 cardinals crossed the highway just in front of the car, just in front of us. Were these rivals chasing one another, or brothers, or lovers intertwined, swooping low and showing off just a little? My mind saw the fell geometry, and then everything was on rails. And life was reduced to distance and speed. For just a moment, the first bird was lost in the massive black of the car in front of us. I felt relief in watching it explode in a mass of brilliant red, knowing that's what's supposed to happen when nature meets steel at the end of its trajectory. But I wondered, as we sped away, what the second bird was feeling right now. Running on a nature trail the following day, I observed 2 butterflies, black, darting together in a circle in front of me, fighting or courting against the blue of the afternoon. For the better part of a minute, our paths lined up, and I prepared to witness a tiny but violent explosion of black against my bright red shirt. But our lines did not meet, and they danced on unaware as I sped away and wondered what it felt like to be crushed mid-flight. Thank you. And let me say what an honor it has been to read Mr. Mays' work this evening and to be here. It's so good to be here.
We're delighted to have you here, Nemo. Your
That was
reading of
amazing.
CP Mays was just amazing, just spectacular. Really, even CP's freaking out a little bit, I could tell. I'm going to give him a second to readjust because he's up next. CP, will you bless us with some words, my friend?
Yes. That was fucking dope, Nemo. Like, yeah, man, that was dope. That was really, really dope. So now I'm shitting bricks. The cover I'm doing is of Nemo Soon. So we're gonna see how I do this. And typically when I do covers of other poets that I know, I only read like the first stanza and then I feel my way through the rest of the poem. So we're gonna see how this goes. One last time, past the playground, where I realized I was alone one more time. round the wheel where I played, creating companions in my head. I'll miss them, my phantom friends, but I need to grab the handles on my bike one last time, use the pedals to push my way past the bullshit and into the blissful ignorance of something that doesn't know, that doesn't have to know about being an adult, about being betrayed in love, about being collateral damage, about being used as a weapon, hardened like a bunker blister. Because I remember how my mom told me the words I should say to my dad when I was 6, and she was angry when I got it wrong, like a little boy would. I woke this morning to find myself changed. My jaw's sore from grinding, but that's nothing new. I had to untangle myself from the machine that keeps me sleeping as I do every morning. One machine to make me sleep, one machine to wake me. I won't look at myself in the mirror. Maybe I'm afraid to see my true face, or maybe I can't bring myself to look into those sad eyes anymore. Some days the horns are heavy and my head is bowed and my mood is dark and my heart feels like it will never heal. When gods meet men, they make monsters. When monsters mate, do they make a man? No God would claim. I woke this morning to find myself changed. Someone's gonna die today. Someone's gonna get shot right in the face today. Someone's gonna fall today. Gonna think, so this is what it's like while they go. Someone's gonna pull the plug today. Gonna swallow hard and call it off. Someone's gonna leave a note today. Gonna try to explain why they gave up but failed. Someone's gonna lose someone today. Gonna want to rip the molten heart from the heavy chest. Someone's gonna get sick today. Gonna have to figure out what to do with the little time that they have left. Someone's gonna blow up today. Getting blown up today. Gonna be vaporized by something nobody's flying, and the bombs nobody saw coming. Someone's gonna get saved today. Gonna feel that strength of the arm that pulls them away from danger. Gonna cry at being worth saving. Someone's gonna be born today. Someone's gonna fall in love today. Someone's gonna rise today. Gonna stand back up despite the pain, despite the doubt, despite having every reason to stay down. Poem by Nemo Soon.
Woohoo! Yeah.
You're crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Open your mics real quick. I know he's got another poem coming up, but open your mics for that tremendous reading of Nemo Soom's poem. Yeah.
Oh man, your writing is so
Wow.
crazy, man. Your writing is like, I just try my best to do it justice, dude. Your writing is it's insane, dude. Thank you.
That was absolute gospel the whole way. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess yeah, a request someone gave me a couple weeks ago and I never read it. It's called Brainstorms Watch Me. Damn, Nemo, that took the life out of me. I love the rush. Stop trying to blow out the trick candles in my opera house. Stop with the I need to stop with my stop sign smile. Stop speeding through the school zones of my childish maze. Stop road raging against self-love, saying, I'm tired of you questioning my intentions. Stop tailgating your washed-up wishes with dirty dishes in karma's kitchen sink. Stop leaving all of your filthy, forgive me, fucked up past dirty laundry in her washing machine mouth. Stop straitjackets and boxer briefs from keeping you from bumping your pride inside her padded walls. Stop letting fashionable straitjackets wrap their arms around. It's okay. I expected you to run away from around me. Stop taking your straitjacket joints into pawn shops just to see how much an honest hug is worth. Y'all, I am shitty tap water 4 seconds away from being turned into wine. I'm a choke backwards, chased with a shot of someone else's pride, a water into wine, angry alcoholic, drunk angel picking sloppy fist fight with other religious gods. I'm a really good reason to buy your pastors cocktails at strip clubs that specialize in all nude revelations. Let me borrow a buck beautiful. God damn it, I need to pay my low self-esteem to do something better with its goddamn life. I'm a hardly sober lifetime. Screaming at the DJs, mixing on the ones and twos in heaven to play my favorite love song. My favorite love song sounds like the filaments in a flock of fireflies all being turned on at once. My favorite love song was written by Mother Mary and produced by Mary Magdalene. My favorite love song, when sung in Spanish, is entitled Hijo de Puta, My Tunnel Lights. They're sponsored by the forgotten faces from all the women I should have loved. Curtain calling up fight or flight, from exes to ex-wife to exes, kick rocks when you exit stage right. Too much mouth to mouth in the suffocating. It's why I packed up all of my good breaths and left me finding solutions to my drinking problems, left my drinking problems with stronger drinking problems, left my focus focused on I can give a fuck about what you thinking problems, left my sanity sitting lonely, swimming slowly only from tip jar to tip jar, loving lonely. Hold me closely. Left my leftover love me, love handle hands holding on to closed caption coping mechanisms way too fucking tight. Please heighten the sixth senses. Don't let me fall in love with someone else's Achilles heel tonight. Disobedient, even in the face of death. I don't play with a full deck. Knowing Grim Reapers by their nicknames is how I showed them signs of respect. You hijo de puta. Poem. Thank you guys. As an honor, Nemo.
Yeah,
Killed,
what a
killed.
combo
Okay,
house
that was a
combo.
kill
Wow.
shot there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
CP, incredible, really amazing.
Everybody
Your
open your
ability to
mics.
ramp up and then down and back up and then down and then back, you leave me in awe.
Appreciate
In
it.
awe.
I
Everybody
agree.
open your
And
mics and give it up for
also
CP Mays.
within the comments I wrote, there was a moment where there was like a very simple phrase just to see how much an honest hug is worth in between a bunch of like metaphoric phrases, like heavy metaphor, and that was insane. And then you didn't have to kill shot it like that with the hijo de puta at the end. You didn't have to do that. Damn, okay.
That's awesome. Word. Word.
Absolutely, absolutely perfect. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I can't wait to hear everybody else. Yeah. Nemo, I love you.
Love you right back.
Okay, up next is Dre. Ray. Come to the mic, Dre.
I got the hardest job right now to follow CP Maze. Howdy, everybody.
It had to be you because I know you can do it.
Here I am, coming at you from the Aurora Borealis, but through the technology that we have, now I'm going to be whimsically swept away to Delaware. Hi, from Delaware. If you get the reference, party on. Anyway, I'm going to start with the original shit first. I guess per request of Alma here, because she hasn't heard this in an online open mic yet. So y'all heard this last week. Y'all are gonna hear it again. It's called Proper Hunger. Oh, Mumsy, beacon of light, render my hunger out of sight. I think, oh, you gave me the wrong Wonka chocolate bar. But the definition of wrong can be subjective. I feel fine, just abysmal hunger swallowing me whole, mother. Mum, my tum-tum needs a little yum-yum, so give me some of that fun for my tum-tum. I want to be gobbling some cheddar goblin mac and cheese, please. Give me soup, give me fries, give me burgers from Five Guys. Oh, yeah! Ravioli, ravioli, feed me all your cannolis. Me want honeycomb. Me want cookie crisp. Me wants chili's baby back ribs. But most importantly, mother, I wish for crab rangoon. Mother, the rangoon, mother. Do I need to embarrass you in public yet again, mother? Do I have to gaslight you to thinking you aren't a good mother so I can get my proper helping of rangoon, mother? Why must we exercise such extreme measures on you, mother? I am just a young lad who's looking at pasta salad the same way Dan Schneider looks at child stars, or the way thieves look at expensive cars. Well, I'm hungry and I can't control myself anymore, mother. I will flip this peaceful afternoon into hell on earth if you don't get me my food, specifically the rangoon, mother. And if I had to repeat myself once more, mother, so help me God, in the name of rangoon, there'll be nobody to blame but yourself when the inevitable occurs if you don't feed this belly. The rangoon, mother. Feed me the rangoon. Poem. So there's that. Now to get, I have a little fun here. Now I'm gonna do a cover. Oh, flipping the background on y'all because it's a cover, because it's gonna be an Alma cover. So here is what I was given by Alma herself, and I'm gonna try my damnedest to do this service.
Do it right. Do it right.
No pressure. For the artist, art is never free. In society, you pay a penance for your audacity to dream. Past responsibility, we are all caged in green. Paper prints the stories of our lives. It fills us with regrets. Even when we place our bets on the safest slots, we rot. Swallow our fates, conceal your rage. Be afraid. Beware. be scared. The threat of poverty looms all over all. The almighty dollar calls. We fall. Psychosocial slaughter of humanity. Comfort laced in depravity of minds turns bleeding, beating hearts to stone. Zombie land is not so far from being home. Norm infected brains putrefying putrefying from the inside out. We push the maggots down and scream, "We are free!" But the truth is, the artist is never free. Art is the fight for liberty. Art is a dream, unearned, deferred, yearned, always on the back burner for most, but we still toast as sinking men most do. 10,000 cheers before the dying of the light. We rage, we rage, we rage, and fuel the night. Poem. Thank you. Whew. That was fun. So
Wow, that was
that's that.
terrific read of Alma's work. What a just spectacular read. Everybody open your mics. Give some love to Dre Ray.
Hey, Dre, isn't it like nerve-wracking, dude, to read one of your contemporaries' work? Like you can read like Shakespeare and be like, blah, blah, blah. But when it's one of your contemporaries, like the pressure is on, and almost just sitting there like, don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up. And you're like, don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up. Like
I
so
guess
much
I've had I've gotten used to pressure situations performing in front of crowds as a wrestler, so to have like that happen there, that wasn't too bad, and I felt confident about it. I mean, I just feel like Alma and we vibe, we click like seatbelts. So I just hope that I did it good. Can I get a consensus, Alma? Thumbs
Yeah.
up.
What weight class did you wrestle in?
Oops, you
Oh,
did
what?
real good. It was way different from the way that I do it, obviously. It was giving wrestling, it was giving WWF. It was very cool. So yeah, so I obviously I can't, I don't know, I just don't ever do it like that. So listening to it that way was very, very interesting, and it was giving the rock. It's very cool.
Oh, cool. Thank you. What was that thing you were saying, Paul?
What weight class did you wrestle in?
In the organization I wrestled in, there wasn't like any set weight class. It wasn't as big to like have like certain weight classes, but like wherever they needed me, I was there. Um, and I just tried to do the best I could. And I did it for 12 years, and it was fun. Learned a lot about performance, about how to work a crowd, and how to like, recover from stumbling on the fly. So I'm glad I've been able to somewhat parlay into poetry, and I hope you all like that.
Don't forget to
My
promote
favorite
Slam
one.
Jam, Ray. Dre.
Oh yes, yes. Thank you
Oh
for
yeah, don't
reminding
forget
Yes.
to promote that. But I did want to say I love that crab rangoon one. I'm obsessed. The rangoon mother.
the
The
Rangoon
rangoon
mother.
mother.
Oh, and just in case if any of y'all weren't aware, we just had the relaunch episode of the Slam Jam this past Saturday, and this Saturday we're going to have Coral Wrights as our special guest coach. I have just posted the flyer on the meeting chat, so when you get a chance, take a look at that, save it, download it, share it with people. Same Zoom room, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday. Hope to see y'all there. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you for having me.
All right, Dre. Thank you. And next up, I'm delighted to present to you my co-host, Alma Garcia. Alma, will you bless us with your words? Share your magic with us.
Yes, I will. I have a new one that I wrote on Mother's Day, actually. So I'll read that one. It should not take too long. Here goes. I've actually never read this again. Once again, new shit. I only read new shit because I just write every day and everything is new shit. It's complete chaos over there. Okay. Confession. I woke up scared. My hand was dangling off the edge. There was a creature running around in the dark, one or two or three snickering, plotting, plundering, weaponizing my incapacity. I couldn't open my eyes, you see. I couldn't move my legs, my feet, my hand was dangling off the edge. I couldn't breathe. I was scared. In spite of my brave face, my good chin, I was scared of everything. I needed you. I've always needed you. I still need you. I know no weakness ever goes unpunished. Loving you taught me that. Hush. I still don't regret any of it. It taught me to murder the rats, to notice them, pick them up by the tails, drown them in buckets of boiled water, vats of incarnation, purification. Kill or be killed. Bam, bam, baby doll. Swing the hammer, hold on hard as you fucking can. Strike right between the eyes, stun, lobotomize. I'll guide your hand. I never learned, did I? Never took my lessons well, in spite of execution, judge, jury, guillotine, off with their heads, swing, batter, 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 swing. Spartans, what is your profession? Confession. I woke up scared again. My hand was dangling off the edge. There were creatures running around in the dark, one or two or three rats. I needed you. I've always needed you. I still need you. Poem.
You have another piece for us, Alma?
I kind of I didn't plan for it. I could find one.
You don't, that's okay. It's all okay.
Yeah. It's
All right.
yeah. All right, so that's fine. And next up next is Lantern Carrier. So I'll give up the mic to them.
Thank you. The light is love, the shadows love. All this and that I simply serve. The gates of darkness in you dwell, where rogues abide and good men fell. Sweet heaven came straight from thy bliss, the face of every child you kiss, and in religions surely weep, as in the atheist heart you sleep. The good is thou and evil thou, sweet pain abides we know not how. To quell its ceaseless fire flame, awaken joy your endless game. It's love this key that implements, the words are on pages I just sent. Sweet stillness, love, the form, the void, in all my woes you surely cried. The prattles love, the fool, the new, the old, the haggard, saintly few, the scholar poet, dullards brew, and those who seldom think of you. Political whiles you smile, you know, they rip the seeds that you did sow. Those seems unreal, illusion too, part of your body through and through. The rich, the poor, the weak, the strong, all manifest love's splendor song. Like sun and moon from high above, the lark, the crow, the flying dove. So come, my lover, flow in me, let me be woven, merged in thee, when all is done so I can see your wondrous creativity. Both night and light are one within, love's bewildering, dancing queen. And the other, bring it up. This poem is called Revenge is Off the Table, written by Laura Gravel in South Africa, October 2023. I sit in a country where apartheid was once the law, where apartheid began a civil war. I sit here while war begins in another country, where apartheid is an accusation. But in this poem, where the weather is beautiful, revenge is off the table. My grandfather, meanwhile, as he fell from the sky, the B-24 exploding nearby, quite clearly he saw the face of his 5-year-old daughter. As he fell from the sky, his parachute upside down, quite clearly he saw the green of the field. As he fell from the sky, burnt hands clawing the chute open, quite clearly he saw the hands of his wife. I sit in a country where Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, where Mandela believed in forgiveness. So in this poem, revenge is off the table. My grandfather, meanwhile, as he fell from the sky, quite clearly, he saw the old black walnut tree in the dry creek bed. As he fell from the sky, quite clearly, he saw him and his brother trapping ringtail. As he fell from the sky, quite clearly, he saw the sheep grazing out in the pasture. I sit in a country where 12 million are in dire need of housing. But Nelson Mandela believed in reconciliation. So, in this poem, revenge is off the table. My grandfather, meanwhile, as he fell from the sky and heard the crash of his plane, quite clearly, he saw the faces of his crew. As he fell from the sky, quite clearly, he heard the song of the morning dove. As he fell from the sky and landed in a tree, quite clearly, he heard his own voice pray words that he had forgotten. I sit in a country where millions go hungry every day, but Nelson Mandela believed in the equality of all. So, in this poem, revenge is off the table. My grandfather, meanwhile, after he fell from the sky and met the faces of farmers brandishing pitchforks, quite clearly, he felt the solid ground beneath his feet. After he fell from the sky and witnessed German officers save him from the farmers, quite clearly, he felt his own heart beat strongly. After he fell from the sky and came face to face with the pilot who downed his plane, quite clearly, he saw himself standing on a hill in a shower of radiant light. I sit in a country where apartheid was once legal, but Nelson Mandela championed peace and human dignity. And now people walk forward down the road. So revenge is off the table. I sit in this country while in another country war wages in philosophies not in accord with Mandela's. My grandfather, meanwhile, after he fell from the sky, after he was a prisoner of war, after he was freed, quite clearly asked God why he survived when so many did not. Years went by before he heard the answer. You survived in order to practice believing the weather is beautiful and revenge is off the table. Laura Gravel, October 2023.
Everybody give it up for Lantern Carrier and Laura Gravel's great poem. Great read, Lantern Carrier. Wow.
Beautiful.
Spectacular.
Table. Yes. Yes.
That's like a line to get tattooed on you. Revenge is off the table. And not so for me, but not so true for me. But I like the vibe of peace. I don't know if I can actually
Well, she was quoting Mandela. Maybe not for her also.
It was so
Okay,
good.
everyone. Okay, everyone. Next up and next to last performer for tonight is Parquillian. Parquillian, will you share your beautiful words with us?
I will. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
For my cover, I thought I'd share lyrics from a song from one of my favorite bands, one of their lesser known songs to some extent. But see if you can guess who it is. Overhead, the albatross hangs motionless upon the air, and deep beneath the rolling waves, in labyrinths of coral caves, the echoes of a distant time come willowing across the sand, and everything is green and submarine. And no one showed us to the land, and no one knows the wheres or whys. But something stirs and something tries and starts to climb toward the light. Strangers passing in the street, by chance 2 separate glances meet. And I am you, and what I see is me. And do I take you by the hand and lead you through the land and help me understand the best I can? And no one calls us to move on, and no one forces down our eyes. No one speaks and no one tries. No one flies around the sun. Cloudless every day you fall upon my waking eyes, inviting and inciting me to rise. And through the window in the wall come streaming in on sunlight wings, a million bright ambassadors of morning. And no one sings me lullabies, and no one makes me close my eyes. And so I throw the windows wide and call to you across the sky. Those last two lines are some of my partner's favorites from that song. So following the theme, I got 2 short ones. Got 2 short ones that follow the theme, the title of that song. This first one's called, a new one called Resonant Echoes. I wonder if the words I sing could echo through the electric air, expanding out to pretty how towns and other resonant venues where the poets and singers I have heard, resounding through the quarters of time, relax and let their spirits recline, and hear my mix of reason and rhyme. And this is an older one of mine I wrote close to 40 years ago now, but it's from when I was in college. An unusual evening I had. This is called Evening of Echoes. I saw punks drive by in a silver Volvo as a guy struggled to put his eye back in. And the lady said she left coins in her room. Fran said she checked the drawers and everything, where she couldn't stay tonight. I want it now, he yelled at the nervous man. She had lots and lots and lots of money. The voices echoed from the statuary corners. There were no lights where they were going, but the banks just wouldn't take her checks. The shadows were moving, the flowers were firmly bolted shut. And tomorrow was May. Hawaiian rings hummed at a crossing round midnight. So she'd be getting a whole bunch more. And the broken bits of raw spaghetti fell slowly from my hand. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll put a link in the chat for last minute Mother's Day card in case anybody's late. Thank you.
Or just a bonus card. Give her a bonus card. Because if
All
you're
right,
a
yeah.
poet and you didn't write a poem for your moms, like, honey,
Save it for
you've been
later.
messed up.
Birthdays, whatever. Thanks
That was
again.
beautiful reading of Echoes. I love that song, and I really enjoyed your reading.
Yeah, spectacular read of Echoes. Yes. I like the theme Echoes carried through. Yes.
Well, I had to do that song once I realized I had 2 songs for that word. 2 poems.
It was so sublime to, it was just so wonderful to listen to. It was so, thank you so much for that. And now we have Megas to close us out.
Isn't Kazi reading?
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
Yes. A little
Wait.
chaos never hurts. A little chaos never hurts.
I'm more chaos than you. This is messed up. All right, I'm more chaotic. Oh man, Kazi Kaz, I'm so sorry. All right, that Kazi Kaz is up next.
I tell ya. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? All right. So I have a cover and an original. I'll do the cover first. I came across a post on my timeline. This man reading a poem. I don't know if it's his poem or he's covering it. I don't know who wrote it, but it hit me, so I'm gonna hit y'all with it. I don't even know the name, so excuse me. A lawyer hopes you become a criminal. The bank hopes you need a loan. The pharmacy hopes you get sick. And the landlord hopes you can't afford a home. The dentist hopes your teeth decay. The optician hopes your eyesight is poor. The casino hopes you lose. And the mechanic hopes your car doesn't work anymore. Politicians hope you're gullible. Credit card companies hope you need to apply. The gym hopes you get fat. And the funeral director hopes you fucking die. The moral of the story is this. No one wishes you the best. No one wishes you good fortune, prosperity, and the rest. Hell, even the salary your employer pays you to be one of the team is just the drug they give you to give up on your hopes and dreams. So I'll end with this. May it leave you in disbelief. There is actually one person that wants you to do well in life. And that's a fucking thief. I thought that was funny. I had to post. I had to share that. All right. And for my piece, then, some of y'all have heard this one. This one's titled "When I Was Just a Boy." When I was just a boy, I had no idea of that which I never knew I didn't know, which is everything I know now. Had I known, I would have been unknowingly ahead of myself, leaving me far behind everything that I was to be. That being me. The memory of my past is presently here to write my history's future, which I forgot to not remember so that I wouldn't forget. If I recall, yesterday was tomorrow's today. Therefore, I never called in the first place. Yet you question my calling with the questionable answer you call for. I find that if I lose myself to be found, I will not be lost. So intrepidly, I trek the trepidation of my Odyssey's quest while fearing my fear of nothing. I can hear the blaring of the deafening silence while blindly looking to see what I can envision myself hearing. I look at that which I've been heard to have seen, a crystal clear, hazy fog, condoning the enablings of thwarting inhibitions, freely incarcerating my imprisoned liberties, permanently making my freedom temporary, like a finite infinity ending in a never-ending beginning. So I shall stop to start the completion of my commencement before the aftermath rises up to come down into the full emptiness of my vastly expanded limitation. See, I've been gone just to come home. So excuse me as I leave for my return. Thank you.
Kazi, everybody give it up for Kazi Kaz.
Thank you so much. That was so cool. The first one, I was cracking up over here actually because I was like absolute jaded nihilistic fire. So,
Usually what the truth is.
Jesus Christ. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I believe that, but it got me. And then you hit us with some philosophy. It was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and closing out the night, we have our very own Megas.
Vegas.
Hey, everybody. Greetings, beloved poets. Once again, it is so great to be here and have all of you wonderful poets with me tonight. I am speechless every time I hear how fantastic this group of people is. I'm going to do two pieces tonight. First one's an original. Um, it's called Sleepless. I can't sleep at all at night. It is sickening. I toss like a salad and turn like I'm rotisserie chickening, wrapped in my covers like a burrito. I worry about the Supreme Court and Samuel Alito and the election coming this November. A time I hope we all remember just who took your right to choose, a fundamental right too dear to lose. Your body belongs to the state, your choice not yours with your doctor at any rate. Pregnant women are dying, turned away from hospitals now. This is something we just can't allow. Afraid to give them the medical care they need. Women are not born just to breed. I shouldn't have to say this, but here we are. I pray you hear me near and far. Vote blue if you want to save abortion rights, or wake up in a country remade exclusively for Christian whites. Thank you. And Martin Parker, you inspired me to do a Pink Floyd song off the same album, one of my favorite songs off Metal. This is Fearless. You say the hill's too steep to climb, chiding. You say you'd like to see me try climbing. You pick the place and I'll choose the time, and I will climb that hill in my own way. Just wait for a while for the right day. And as I rise above the tree line and the clouds, I look down, hearing the sound of the things you've said today. Fearlessly the idiot faced the crowd, smiling. Merciless the magistrate turns round, frowning. And who's the fool who wears the crown? And go down in your own way. And every day is the right day. And as you rise above the fear lines in his brow, you look down, hearing the sound of the faces in the crowd. That is Fearless, ladies and gentlemen, by Pink Floyd off Metal. spectacular record. I strongly recommend it. And this brings us to the end of another fantastic edition of Chaos Magic. Do open your mics and give it up for me because I need the validation desperately.
Validation!
Yes.
Consider yourself validated.
Consider myself validated. Yes.
Validation.
May God
Thanks,
you great and
Vegas.
illustrious soul, man, and you well ably assisted by co-host Alma Gafir and friends, all my friends here. And I know you all and you're all geniuses in your own right. And thank you so much, man. Happy Mothering Monday. Tuesday today, I think, for me here in London. Happy Mothering Tuesday. And you all stay blessed.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Megas
Megas and Alma.
and Alma for an amazing show. Thank you, everyone. It's wonderful.
Thank you
See,
so
Thank you
Alma,
much.
all.
Alma, you are such a great co-host. I really appreciate your tenderness and everything. And thank you, Gustav, of
Oh
course.
my God, thank you.
Ditto.
Yes.
Thank
Cheers,
you everyone
everyone.
who came on, and yeah, don't forget to keep supporting each other and keep coming out. We love seeing y'all.
Just
Thank
remember,
you.
there's a YouTube channel, Chaos Magic 801. We have all the editions of Chaos Magic going back to the very first beta test edition. So if you ever want to repeat your own performance for your edification and learning, or if you want to watch a whole episode because you have nothing better to do with your life, we're there for you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Goodbye.
Megas,
Yes.
Laura would like to hear me doing her poem. So when you get it sorted out, let me know. You know the one I
I'm
did
sorry,
for
I
Laura.
missed.
Revenge
Oh,
is off
Laura.
the
Oh,
table.
yes. It is. It will be probably up on the YouTube channel on the next day, tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link direct to your
Okay.
email.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
goodbye,
you.
everyone. Good night. We love you all.
Good night.
Bye.